Welcome back to Floyd Speed Shop. Today, you guys get to see how we take a $300 junkyard LS engine and we turn it into a Hellcat killer with some help from Huron Speed, some Amazon parts, and a little bit of elbow grease. Guys, we do it all right here in this shop and on this channel, and you're not gonna wanna miss it. Check it out. All right guys, now that I can actually get to work, I'm gonna show you guys what we're working with. Right here is our aluminum 5.3, and all that we have on it so far is the windage tray, the oil pickup tube, and other than that, it's just a complete short block. What we're gonna start with is we're going to put this billet barbell oil diverter. We're gonna replace it with that stock plastic one. So I'm gonna set you guys down and we will get started. It just needs a little bit of motivation. But see, this thing's crumbling right now. Even just trying to use a screwdriver to get it out. I'm not a big fan of these at all. They do work though. There's that old one. See how it was crumbling right there on the edges? They can get a little bit brittle. So we're replacing that with this fella. I'm gonna use some of the grease that was on this. I like to give it the old shake and bake while you push it in. And we'll twist up. There we go. So while I am a fan of Amazon parts, it always feels good when I see that right there. Anyways, it says made in the USA. All right, we got that on. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put our rear engine cover on. I don't know where my grease is, but I'm gonna dab some assembly lube around the crank here. And what this does is it lubricates this seal right here. So whenever it fires up, it's not dry metal and rubber creating friction. This will help keep things looby-doobied and happy. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and put on this rear cover. What I'm gonna do is I wanna start the bolts first, lightly start them. Very lightly. There she goes. It will be a snug fit. You want to put some looby-dooby on the crank and a little bit on the seal. It's not gonna want to go easy, fellers. All right, guys. When you put the rear cover on, you want to put some grease around the crank, slide it on. It'll take some pressure, but once it pops on, you go ahead and hand tighten all of these. You don't want to torque them down just yet. You want to wait until after your oil pan's on. Also, guys, one thing you want to be careful of, you want to make sure you hand tighten them first and make sure that they're threaded, because this is a stainless steel bolt going into aluminum. It's gonna win. It's stronger than the aluminum is. So if you do have it even a little bit cross-threaded, it's going to eat that up. But anyways, I'm gonna ride these down to where it starts to get a little, once it starts to hit the cover, I pull it off. Oh, that one went a little too much. And again, you just want it loose enough so whenever you put your oil pan on, you can pull up on, or push up on this rear cover just a little bit. And when you do that, imagine this is down 1/1000th of an inch. When you put your oil pan on, it's gonna push everything up. And where the block meets the this rear cover right here, you put some silicone on, some sealant, and if you have this too high up, you'll have like a pinhole crack that could cause a leak. So you want to try to push the cover down. It's not going to move at all, really, but you put downward pressure on it, tighten all the or hand tighten these, and then come back through and torque them after the oil pan's on. I hope that wasn't confusing. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna put the cam retainer plate on. We're gonna put the timing chain on and gears or sprockets. Then we're going to put the oil pump on, hook up the pickup tube, front cover, and then oil pan. Let's get rocking on it. All right, just a quick action, heat it up, and then put it on. Now we'll let this little fella cool down, and while it's cooling down, we'll go ahead and work on the putting the rest of the cam chain stuff on. We are gonna need to turn the engine to top dead center, #1 piston, very top, and then you're gonna want to align the dots on both sprockets, but I'll show you guys that when we get there. All right, let me show you guys real quick. You have the dot right there on the small sprocket, and then the big one on the camshaft, you have that weird little indent or pattern that's in it. So those need to be looking at each other. What I do is I put this on the cam, I spin it until they're happy right there, and then I pull this off, put the timing chain on, and then this can go on and get fully installed. All right. Make sure you use blue thread locker. Just do a little baby dab. About yay much. That might be a little too much. Might be perfect. Boom. I like to run them down finger tight because, I don't know, in my head it's like if that thread locker starts setting, I just do, that's just what I do. So I'm using ARP bolts for this, or hardware. These call for 25 foot-pounds right here. Alrighty then. Time for the oil pump. I'm gonna get a little bit of shell rotella. Sounds like an Italian dish, but it's not. It's oil. You can get fancy and do some brake cleaner on this and wipe it down. But dude, you don't need to do all that. I've never shimmed these to space them. You should probably do that. I just don't. Oh yeah, we need our phone ring. Never had a problem with it. I've always slapped them on there. Especially when they're in the car. Straight end, black O-ring. This feller has a straight end, so it's getting a black O-ring. I like to dip it in some oil, pop her on there. All right, you wanna make sure the pickup tube sets in the oil pump beautifully. And if you pinch that oil ring, if you pinch your oil ring, you're gonna lose oil pressure. All right, torque your oil pump to 18 foot-pounds. Boom. We got our timing chain installed, torqued down, oil pump installed, torqued, pickup tube installed. Made sure there was no kinks in it. We don't want the pickup tube kinky. Installed, torqued. Now guys, time for our timing chain cover. All right, for this part guys, keep this loose. We got to put the lower folio, the harmonic balancer. Heat up just the center and then watch me slide it right on. Let's give this a ride. That'll do. Now we gotta dab. Gotta dab some gasket sealant down here, put the oil pan on, and then we're moving up top. We've got the timing chain cover on, oil pan on, the rear engine cover on. Now go through, you're gonna wanna go through and just torque everything down. Start with your timing chain, rear cover, and then oil pan, and then we can start putting on cool stuff like the heads and stuff like that. All right, guys, I cleaned off the top of the engine. I cleaned off the deck of the head. I put the MLS head gaskets on. These are the LS-7 head gaskets. And I have ARP head bolts. One thing you want to remember when you use these is to use the lubrication that comes with these. All right, guys, well, I foolishly made a mistake. That really sucks. So the hardware I got, the ARP head bolts that I got are for a small block Chevy LS6 hex head bolt kit. So don't do that. Whenever you're doing stuff, don't get the wrong stuff, because it'll make things take longer. Well, there's only one thing we can do now. We're gonna screw these down so they're snug, and we're gonna see how the turbo kit looks on the engine. And then I'm gonna have to just order some more head bolts, and we're just gonna have to do this again at a later date. But at least we're gonna see how cool the turbos are gonna look. All right, let's check it out.
Never did what I should have. Didn't do what I could. In the California sun, it's better when it's gone. Ain't that something? And the ball is rolling, and I'm 500 horse blowing 454. Ain't that something? And the ball is rolling, and I'm 500 horse blowing 454. Keep your pedal to the floor. I wanna hear the engine roar. I wanna hear you say more. 454. Ain't that something? And the four wheels rolling, and I'm 500 horse blowing 454.
Well, that's gonna do it for today, guys. Unfortunately, we're dead in the water until the right head bolts come in. I went ahead and I bolted on the hot side of the turbo kit, zip tied the turbos to the manifold, just to get an idea on how it's gonna look. And guys, it did not disappoint me whatsoever. I think that's a really cool looking Junkyard 5.3. Well, guys, hit subscribe if you haven't. Next episode, we're gonna torque these heads down. We're gonna install the McLeod twin disc clutch and marry the T56 onto the engine. We're gonna put the accessories on, the K-member on. We're even gonna take the wiring harness and we're gonna re-loom it, because I've got some really nice braided loom for it. So hit subscribe, follow along. This thing is coming together and I can't wait to see it. Anyways, guys, take care. We'll see you there.